What's up, everybody? This is the Excel dude coming at you again. Today we're going to go on joining text in Excel. Let's say you get a spreadsheet, someone's got first name, last name, middle name, however you want to see it, and you need to either add them together, break them up, or just change the order, and you don't want to type them in manually again. This is for you. So we go here, and what we've got is a set of first names, last names, middle names, things like that, and basically how they come together. Let's say you get a list that's something like this, right here. But let's say it goes down 10,000 lines. There's no way you're going to type it in for every single person. That's crazy. Let's say the format you want is last name, then you want a space, then you want, let's say, first name, and then again you want a space, and then middle name. So that's the syntax we want. We can use these four little questions right here, little functions and inserts, and it'll do all this for us, especially if your data is in a table, because it's going to just automatically fill the whole thing down, and we'll go through that in a bit. So here we're going to type in text join just as we get through it later. So let's say we want to find, first we want to do Mark Danger Todd. So we will go equals, and first what we're going to do is use this number 1, the ampersand right here. So what we'll do is, here's the example of how it's written out right there. So the first thing we're going to try is just adding it. So equals last and first and middle. Not exactly the way we want it spaced out. Now we can copy, paste it, and all that stuff. And we can add spaces in certain lengths, but names are all different characters. It's going to be a huge pain and a hassle. We're going to cause more work than it's worth. And definitely than we had to begin with. So what we'll do here is, if you look at this one right here, you can't just add a space in it. So right here we tried to do Mark Todd, and then we tried to add another one here. We just went and a space. Doesn't work. But here it did. So we do and, open the quotation marks, type a space, close the quotation marks, and. So all we're going to do is the same thing right here. We have our and, quotation marks, space, quotation marks, and. We go right here, do the exact same thing. Quotation marks, space, quotation marks, and. Enter. Problem solved. There we go. And if you want to add any special characters in there, let's say a comma after the first name, just go right where that space is. I clicked this cell. I clicked in the formula that's right up here. And you see right here where those quotation marks are between the first name and the middle name. Click that, hit a comma, brings it right in. And you can do that, just drag it right down. It'll follow for everyone you have. Now if you had it in a table like this, you would just enter it once, it would automatically fill. So everything you add that's here, goes here, goes here, they just automatically add. It's fantastic. Tables are great with this kind of thing. So now we use the second one, which is concat. That's an old function. It used to be called concatenate. It's the same thing for the most part. All it is just we go here, and we're going to pick each cell, so we don't have to worry about that whole and, quotation mark, space, quotation mark, and, because that'll get repetitive, especially if you're doing 10 or 12 cells. Here we're going to go concat, we'll do text join over here, equals concat. You can hit tab and it'll put you right there. So what's the first thing we want? We want to find the last name, comma. Then what's the next thing we want? We'll do a space. Okay. So we can do again the quotation marks and the space, then comma, and then we need the first name, comma, and then again quotation marks, space, quotation marks, comma, and the last name. And there we are. We can copy it and paste it right down. Problem solved. Text join is a little bit more interesting, and it lets you get a little bit more fancy depending on how much you want to do. I like it because it's more flexible. So we just go, again, text join, and make sure you hit text join, because if you just do text, it's going to give you the text function, which is completely different. Awesome, but different. So we type in text, and then as soon as you hit that J, you can hit tab. First we have to pick our delimiter. And all that means is what do we want to go between the words that we select. So we want a space. So I'm going to do quotation mark, space, quotation mark. And then just like with any function, how do we change out the to go to the next part? Hit comma, and you see ignore empty appears, so we hit 0. Then we hit comma again, and text 1, the first thing I want to see, that is the last name. And then we hit comma, and we'll hit the second one again, then comma, and the last thing we want to see. Then we close those parentheses, hit enter, and there we are. And we can do this. And also, if we're in a table, so let's just try it here in a table just to show you the example of the flash fill, and we're out of here. Text, join, delimiter, we want that space. So quotation marks, space, quotation marks, because we're working with the text. The text is a blank space in this circumstance. Comma, we're going to ignore the excels, the empties, so 0. Comma again, and we go last name, comma, first name, comma, middle name, close parentheses, hit enter, and you're going to see after I hit enter, not only is this one going to fill, but these two will fill automatically as well. And there you go. So imagine you have 10,000 lines to do. You've just done it in about 30 seconds. Awesome. All right. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.